Well, this is my 70-foot by 15-foot experimental plot where I had them dump mulch, and I spread the mulch out so that it was 1 to 2 feet thick. It's the worst piece of property that I have for growing anything. This is the poor soil, which is just hard red clay, dried out in the summertime where nothing will grow in it. But we're gonna change all that. Yes, we are. But anyway, I've had good luck, good fortune with mulch gardens. And this mulch, as a matter of fact, what you see right here, this dark soil on top, is actually what has happened over there in my mulch garden, where it is disintegrated down to loamy, rich, dark soil. So look how the mulch in this garden has turned into dark, loamy soil. It's just amazing. And so that is what I'm transplanting or moving over to plant out there with my elderberries. I've dug down deep where the clay is, the hard red clay, and I've smashed it all up. I'm adding this loamy soil. This is ash from my burn pile that I add to my elderberries as well. I have done, I take these little sticks, these are cuttings. These particular cuttings I got off of a roadway right here, and one that was producing very heavily some really nice elderberries, and I made syrup out of them this summer. So I went back, and when they were dormant, cut them, made cuttings, and I've added these to my garden as well. I have 7 different varieties, and that I have planted. Some of these, a lot of these, half of these I've planted this year, this month and last month, December and January of 2024. And this is one that I got from my son Joshua, just a stick, but you can see that it's already wanting to produce in the dead of winter, here anyway, where the temperatures have been down into the teens and 20s for over a week. They're still wanting to start producing leaves. That's this variety here as well. Joshua gave me these, and for some reason they do not want to go dormant. And it has been really cold here, colder than in Utah, where I have family out there. It's warmer out there right now than it is here, even though they have snow. And so we have various varieties. These are the Adams too, and they have gone dormant like would be expected, but I can see little places where they are putting out buds. They want to go. I mean, it's like waiting for springtime, and they're just wanting to bud out. So I have 3 of the Adams 3. I have Bob Gordon's, and they are also dormant, and this is the growth from 1 year. And then I have over here the Ranch. They have gone dormant, but they're still wanting, as you can see, wanting to put out leaves already. And then I have York, and I have Marge. Marge is a European-American elderberry combination. So I made this graphic on my computer. I call it Perry's Southeast Corner Elderberry Mulch Garden Experiment. I showed that the compost area is 70 feet long. It's 15 feet wide. The mulch itself is 6 feet from the fence, and then the elderberries are planted another couple of feet in from the border there. And if you look at the right side, upper right, you'll see in blue the Adams too. And what it's really showing is that I planted 3 of those. If you move down, there's the Bob Gordon. I planted 3 of those. 3 Ranch next to those, 3 Wildwood, 3 York, and 5 Marge. I also, above the Marge, have the Clark cuttings. I just finished the last 2 elderberries right there on the end of that Clark Road cuttings diagram. And then you also see in the green the Joshua cuttings that do not want to go dormant. And but anyway, I did this so that I will remember where I planted what. And also I extended this to include more information. So I know this chart looks a little busy, but if we start in the upper right-hand corner, Adams 2, where we planted 3, I've indicated that it's an indeterminate, and I got it from River Hills Harvest. That's where I ordered the cuttings from. Drop down below that, we have Bob Gordon. It's a determinate from River Hills Harvest, and then Ranch is determinate. Wildwood is an indeterminate. Rivers Hill Harvest is where I got it. And then the York is indeterminate. Got that off of eBay from Trusty Farms. They gave good service, and I got those quickly. And then we have the Marge right next to that. They're the hybrid American-European elderberry, and I got that from Peaceful Heritage Nursery. And so at the bottom it says the elderberry type and placement, all planted from dormant stick cuttings. The Joshua cuttings, strangely, never went dormant. They kept green leaves through hard frosts and temperatures in the teens. And so this will allow me to go back and remember later on what I've planted where, when I planted it, where I got them, whether they're determinate or indeterminate. The determinate, they produce, as I understand, rather quickly, and they come in all at once. The indeterminate, they keep producing berries not just at one time, but they continue on. And so that's the difference. Another advantage to my thick mulch gardens is very few weeds. So along with water retention and very few weeds, I love mulch gardening. And that's why I wanted to also do that way on the other side of that burn pile with my elderberry experimental area. Our mulch is free in South Carolina. The tree services drop it off, and I just need to spread it around to make a super garden. So these are cuttings that I got a week ago on a road where I had noticed that there were some elderberries growing. They were really thick and good, and I saved those when they became ripe, and I went back when they became dormant, and I made cuttings out of them. And I'm going to take 2 of these cuttings, and I'm going to plant them in the last 2 spaces that I have in my experimental part of the yard, where I am growing a lot of different types of elderberries. Oh, I got these 2 cuttings out of that frozen dirt, and I'll go down and plant them in my elderberry patch. These are the last 2 spots that I have available. I'm gonna go ahead and shove a stick. There's the knobs, the buds, and that'll root. And these buds up here by my thumb, they will become the plant that produces the elderberries. So I'll just shove it in there a little ways. I'm gonna make sure that it's all taut and tight around it. And then I'm gonna add some water to it to get the soil to move in closer, take all the air gaps out. And then I'll just bring mulch in so that it protects it. And in the summertime, these will not need watered. Not with all this heavy mulch around it. It'll have plenty of moisture in it all summer long. And then the last thing I like to do is just kind of mark them. There we go. With a tent peg. Because they are so hard to see, they blend right in with all this wood mulch that I have. And until the rest of them arrive in the mail, I will just be excited about this. You don't really plant anything into mulch. What you do is you move the mulch aside and plant into the dirt that's been prepared special, but not into the mulch. It's a nitrogen problem, and so that's why I've planted into the dirt that was specially prepared for these guys. And then I bring the mulch up to it, and that protects it. It keeps it moist. And if we can just keep the deer out of here, I'll be happy. I know these are gonna grow. My experience from last year, where I didn't lose a single cutting, and I planted lots of different places, tells me that this is gonna work out pretty good. My blueberry patch, and right in the middle of my blueberry patch, I put a elderberry cutting. It was just a stick, and look how well it's grown. And what surprises me, and I've said this in other videos, I don't know why this thing does not want to go dormant. It just keeps producing green leaves. And we've had temperatures in the teens and the 20s. We've had hard frosts, many hard frosts. And look at this guy. I can't explain it, and I wish somebody out there, and I've tried everywhere to find out what kind it is, what variety it is. I wish somebody would come along and tell me or give me some suggestions as to what this might be for an elderberry. But boy, is it productive. And it's still wanting now. These might have froze out, but these are just the berries, potential berries, blossoms that are coming out here and here and over here. Really, in January? Come on, guys. What is going on here?